ase trade na na wanya mfie dioso nwotwe eninti wo yire Mrs Elizabeth Chumesi ene mofra ni nyina Chief Inspector Chenchenhene owo police filling station kwabenya ene nana sare wo UTV eka ho omunyina ma happy birthday wosinya minshira papa afei nana ya da kwa boaten uko school SDA school of Fanko barrier ene wenye mfie mienu o papa ana o papa no see ma happy birthday ene o uncle enim ado nti nana ya happy birthday to you. Nana Yao Bejan the first private name near Bernard Wellington or Ghana Highway Authority Tamale nana wonso ene odon for the afe account fee ho enye odoman koman kan ho on show some crowd na nananum so enyina wechi echigina pa na diade kama afe belated happy birthday nkoma dachi hene Kofi Anson aboso kan eho na wo Madam Mabel Ajwa Eboa wonso Accra wonso belated happy birthday for calling to home and Ms Emmanuel Apokia obeying PCG Ramsey any sounds of gold was Sakaman Accra. Also happy birthday to you from Zeglinda and the squad. And Franklina Jimadonko also your nurse will call it Buabaya Risabi our children's ward ura uma many abusia phone nyina kabomo ema happy birthday onum say nyame insha papa Mrs Rose Ajoa Redua Bonsu your tyfrel Auntie Rose who call asori wo Presby Victory Congregation and Shy Man. Happy birthday to you. If we no one in fear your son, Auntie Rose, nyame ma unko so anye young girl fe. If you Randy eho. And then is Avado, a type from Macroni. Hey, Macroni, branch manager wo Electromat Ghana Community 25 Tema. Also daching hine kwabena amwa beng ema happy birthday. Nyame aduma Monday masse awoda masse e friend me say Sylvia amwaten me PSC kwadwa amwaten ne ho kafo eno no eninti masse Sylvia me ma happy birthday in advance jefa to ho kwasiada yebedi no kama de edwada nso watiti he die yebesi debilated hwemanya me sisi amina abema magina gate nechi Miss Gate, me madwin se megina chiri. It is Sylvia, me ma happy birthday at Okono for nyame shira papa ene wabotre ne wabadaye nyame enka ho. Afei me ma me so for penny Apostle Oko me ma Apostle Oko yako efi se asofo ne baako efimu ama ene mudi ne na wotweda no ene ti Apostle Oko ye ma yako nyame encheche ore na se wankasa unim se enyama ni bi hono mo ebeka se it is the wisdom of God to conceal things and for men to find, and sometimes the secret things of God are hidden from us. Who am I to encourage the big Apostle Luko? And so Apostle Ebani say dia yenyina rechechire ubi ehia ti mesre nyame mene Prof Angel Emma yako ene shedding afe yembo sidi enkomoye sane ataram she yen pese me fedi kakra ataram she yesu kuyaskis na ato ne bo ase adwudwu ahye me yo kuyaskis ensa no ene de kuyaskis style ne die che se as accident kakra so anya accident tia bi da ba bi kuyaskis be kume agije agu be su say Friday die kuyaskis su dwudwu ne ensa no fe kuyaskis wo McCarthy Hill Junction oni je University edi enimhwe na opese o show Friday we fe contact no kama obepam amount with me a friend 020-836-4729 meye he mama de nechi my enkobo sidi no enho enkomo na no April Bloomberg for kache se hwe ewiase nyina ye kan sika pa wonya ahoden kire ben ejina ne nanso a ene na Ghana sidi oni o ene ye ma Ghana sidi fancy say afi ye wo hwa be this week Bank of Ghana so si see no said the April Bloomberg can say now appreciate 16%, you know. I feel crowd the biasia be come home e kwa 24% na che say e koye Africa policy lens if one so abom say see the no gina ye na so bat bi wo ho na fake solutions so free UK no mo so e dia bebo so Ghana CD na che say wo fa ba bia CD here CD there CD enya hoden ya ye wo Ghana so ye hu yate Ghana Statistical Service akache say ama inflation no kra no be say 8 months ni no aba form said ye ebi enya ma form saada ene na che say emu ede ebi bo se no na ebi so if we say Africa policy lens for no kra say yamfa da hyehyeye permanent hyehyeye enwu akwan mu a ebesan atie si form fake solution for so say yanhwe na ye ntotoye ejina ye efise gold price enso ko soro ewa mansan dwaso enti anye ntoto ye yiye wo fie a na je se oni African policy lens for ne kan sem ba ko anhwe ya ebe ha adwene adwadifo import se eyema wo mo omo my Ghana esua se akra de omo je dollars no mo jaije omo asia shift kakra gold post na dani so mbeji cedi kakra na ebisi ami wo mi dollar na mi nkosesan ebisi ye besia akosoro ye hunu bi pen na ori afi ebre bisa almost in fact so we share trend now from 2000s banana 2008 or a year redenomination ni ade no abanya sesapea first 3 months bon se sidi no ala tani beka gidigba sana mama Millicent acheme o see they stand gidigba no gina ho afei de enya twam ana na o him ni pay ka dada no osako enti ano pay my ne Professor Lord Mensah University of Ghana Business School no say head local government service Emonkomo Prof Akwaba
yeah
we are local government head ye hu nti congratulations
thank you
bibi aboko na a local government head what to say and our head you service what to say
menya start here my point no buy no to kan kakra
okay
okay no na me do here
okay
I feel na me prepare the start here
okay e ho dey important na okoye wo
local government no the engine of all the MMDAs near the ade no
okay
say your act establish MMDAs no
yeah
can district assemblies near the ade no but the district assembly cannot function without the services
okay
the services na quite say engine daka mu maka no move so say mo personnel any ade nyina no I say make sure say your kama no mo timi aye adwuma ne ye
ye be hwe kwan na na ebi mu wo reservations kakra mo say mo akrachifo ya mo tenetene aban oye ne anya no mo twi nanim no mo gi position a eduru bre bi a mo ntumi tenetene no mo ntumi criticize no
no there ya na me so me wo me reservation on that comment kakra it is if say we president Kufu a or appoint neutrals bi efrefra na ban mu to say aban bi ba na so officer obiti academia na say obetimi aboa no wa ye adwuma I mean first say ye academia no so ye say Ghana for I betimi aboa ma o man na koso a ehun ya say obejai na matena ho sa na da bia omutwe animu a say omutwe animu but say nipa no onim de na obetimi de abeboa all hands on deck omo family to table no so na
o se mo na mo cheche yi no ministers no adiana no ma ba be honorable for the professor is aka campus kakra but basa mo sika no betimi akoso atwa nu fanu
oh yes I mean enya de bia hu bia sa de no nkoyi a I mean sabio no wakwa aban mu na obi be ka se ye horo ye ntoma emfanto abonten te ba ne sa bibi o ha ye ka no okokwam se o ade we emfanto se nti ade bia ehu hia
basta wo lecture
oh yes I mean say me pese me lose my join nti one subject bia ma fa ho
oh great yeah that's it nti enede ya ba wa josuo se sikasem ne adwadi entoto ye see the performance it was saying
oh yeah it's encouraging but me surprised say Ghanaians don't seem to be happy say eba form
we are sure
oh yeah ebimo ka say dada crack say I say aban na ba for frontina ye bibisa but me feel say aban no ye dwuma
okay
to the extent say ebimo cry say Donald Trump tariff war ne ade no we share Donald Trump tariff war na economics money ye free be say systemic
Okay.
Affect currency biya.
Okay.
Now we share different currencies in so a biya ni the way I react to the dollar. Nigeria here omo dollar no omo currency no it depreciate naira no it depreciate against the dollar.
Okay.
And we should know say government in power no is doing something unique. Unique say we share Ghana say policies are you to form near the you know. I say sabre na ye nya ne faso de because we share gold board here abeya. I say my bia no forex no e be gina so a reserve of gold.
Okay.
We share England near the omo but because of the gold reserves are England want you know. Ama pound no I say the bia no na ejina ne naso against the other currencies. Enti say o my Ghana ye wo bibia ye de abana ye friend gold board na say enough reservation to me I concentrate the dissipation because so when we say we share a furniture and the way a manner na you see trading and gold no from the small scale you know artisanal miners na we share must can be brain na a fa baby a ma aban futuo mu to bonze obi age dollars be brave bi agu ne bottom but sa dollars na aban kura no to me account for na what to me abehu say aban no dollars say into market no demand there you be to me as supplier and say you to me supply you share again the goodwill of the government you see aban no ma signal be before and na over power or see obey lean government and truly in terms of number of ministers near the adin na kura no we reduce numbers no which is the government expenditure no abafom and at the same time so see a say you cut down IMF no IMF my share
okay
and she say this other man say you hwe say be ya yesikasem no e betretin ye and you share budget you were to force in ready and budget deficit was around 3% to GDP which is out of the norm for the past years now we know you read the budget no the signals are on the grounds it just say abino are you ready say obey to me a control economy no amasi see no me no way ti wasi akra no them say me the dollar ma okra na o dwen say ochina no kra na so beti
but meje na me dia to ho
obeje dia to ho no just say dollar no me hu ni say be san ba 16 ni bio yemfa no other way around
okay
e dey na just say 16 na econo that's the true state of the dollar
okay
opa yemfa to ho na hu say wo hwe the sequence of events before I ever call election no we say time I announced so $58 million has been sunk into a furniture cathedral no both a dollar na page animo but the announcement a news na a move scano a news information
a news
yes information
but
say I could discover
we're like hey president and our says campaign
the is true money does not move to where noise is baby adido biano sika entanko ho
because they know because we are French for saying
they know you more positives and you more negatives
okay
sika mpe baby a negative they wo baby a positive they wo there sika pe ho I say who do sika kwhye baby yes you to say the dollar yi yes you fa sika bra Ghana because they be adwuma Ghana is can mu ayedu what the beba by momo no ti baby na yes Ghana kra no see at the economy mo sika semo nya wo dis ka be sha ha na oyembe sho enti dede no ya wo se echemu mienu ya wo baby a dede no eye positive e de wo baby a dede no so eye negative that is baby a negative na nko ho no mo enti ubisa me a aban ne yenwuma papa
okay
nenwuma papa o ye no
ni ji se o preliminary comment no kra emu edru nti university form ne mo prof ye be ampake ye be tututu no because o can say enhihye ya omudi agu akwam no enu hu faso na Ghana fo hu enhihye over the months and say years and say na anu ya enhihye
right say yemfa management your mind interest there
okay
yemfa to form
okay
so share a memoir your continuation
okay
na me no da bia me ka se aban papa ena ya aban a obehwe policies a aban foforo de ato ho aban dada de ato ho no we say policy we no nye meto aso policy we no me dane no fa se ya ebetumi aboa
okay
policy we no me ye frem
okay
na se aban bi ba na ne de ne so me de me ba ye no de ko bia no me to atwene a me nka se aban ne ya aban papa ya memo ye nto aso no oba wa hwehwem ehun se oh in terms of ebia yen gold for oil and I say in terms of gold board say en hwehwe da ho a ebia ne betumi asave your currency no enti ade nti na mento aso na menye and I say aban bi ba no fi say enwuma we na aban we ye na me fi say me discuss ko hye mo to say cathedral na etutu we with 58 million dollars sunk in there aban no ebe fi say bia e hold me discuss ko sha enya de betumi abo oman no sisi a enti no ma me yima dream free so answer na emomu de hu hia ene de betumi abo oman no e na meye ene ye friend say ubu oman na emomu no say uba na se bibi koso na bibia because wo no waba foforo ni ntino bibia ekoso bia no obeto atwene a enya de a ebetumi aboa oman na koyie na emomu no me feel say aban we no bae no because of the manifesto already ma Ghana for no o ma signal bi a che say obetumi ahwe yen sika sem so and o hwe your friend say cocoa exporter I say last 2 months we say maka long term yen fa short term last 2 months yeah see cocoa your friend say export no I improve in terms of numbers I just say obi bisa me say enti na cocoa na wan fa because abai buy out of the goodwill no say smuggling near the no eswati so internally people have begun to develop trust in the government and the ban sana usika sam kra no e mani dimu because edu baby a e will say amount for rush ekoto dollar ni nyina no e ma demand ne kosro because edu baby no say me kuta dollar na say ene eye 12 na otwemi ensa ba be 16 na instead of say me dey mesika no ba koto treasury bills na me dey sika no beto aban futuo mu na aban dia adwuma no ade ndi na me van koto dollar amfato the dollar no kra na be say ye to gold dey go in itself because of the way na prices na see cost no but aban we buy no first time even treasury bills kra no or you say okay fine the demand for the treasury bill no em say na aban that na em say what turn too much enti no wo beti ne turn so enti what taste no and my interest rate in the treasury bill market no started to bar from. Apart from that, so share your friend is saying dollar na. Say about the buyer who said no. Government we no nye abaya or disika sem no beye or dibedi agro. Etiama trust na and for war. Ghana cedi ni mu akosro. This year metu okra na anya makono se meto dollar ato hono.
So minima se uko economic forum na Sibia
na mini oba me share radio so
omukọ ye no edan ni den no omuka se aban ya ebeboa no ama sika no na hoden asan aba enei oye ana
oh yeah enoman de omukeka bebre ade ba ko omuka ya manage ho pa eye fiscal deficit no fiscal deficit ni chese aban no sika opese spending e wo man ni mu no ene sika oba generate wo man ni mu no e wo se gab no ye kakre kitu e bi say akoye say wo cut your quote according to your size not just say very say the opposite will spend o share revenue generation so now what the say what the your expenditure them say we share your financial budget already recently fiscal deficit was around 3.5% to GDP, which in the past it used to be 11. Now, but is Abino is ready to spend more, and also now Abino will be always on the market borrowing because the gap will be too much. And if an alcohol is kind of free, also ubabisia. Eti share your friend is saying that time now Euro bond market near the adina no you access to it again. At the same time, we share local market now. Now buying being on the market no ama interest rate the biane jinasro
because your kobusiabo but president Mahama na no at the
what mo indicate what
CEO summit I can say ye be kobusiabo from 2026
oh yeah because of share the way currency appreciate now you see yen debt stock I'm say swati because of CD appreciation because then can but you see bisiabo nya de boni o miniaba besia bo nya de bone but the way I be born be a be use scanner dey be use scanner ye no na your friend say a problem because so
Ghana ye well naturally resourced and are endowed oduma kuma
we are
enka esese ye manage ye niam ya ensese ye kobusiam
no correct ye well resourced say even say good body buy and me read here say you save by you know 5 point something billion.
Okay.
No busy other than the first can go to IMF car. The entire baby na your friend is saying. But you see, yen demand for infrastructure. E be a bro, yen resources no, the bit me generate any money mo ya. The other is a your perceive ye kwan a free hakokumase. A buy no nisika da ho. Na emo no ye we goodie a chef from. I bet me am a chef no.
Okay.
Ye bet train say ye be to a good year no answer na ya be kwan na e atam a be kwan no na ebo no kosoro but a good year no so egu so chef from ho enti ade enti na wo momode ze bia so wo good management skills a obetumi abobesia na wo di sika no aye ade a wo manmufo ne pe na later no to a good year na wo di akotua me fe se anya bone
okay
anya bone kra
okay
yeah
so
na emomu no so hwe model a wo se ye de co market ni bi o a I was here careful, and I'm happy. Recently, there are so many examples in the country. I think, sir, a bit to me, you see the same model, no, Adekye Nsroma. So, share your friend say, young airport, yes, you were. I'm saying President Mahama Kradi example. It's self-financing project because it's self-financing. A project nangate tuana hoka. Enti sebi ono isi hono mo even though a my Ghana kano. I was say your project be and one can be to me a no car. To say, Emma ye a pine burden. Name na buying generate car, where to me the idea for. Okay. Some model no say adapted. Tis be a bino person see university crana. Be a university no why some partnership be with the private man. The private man who are interested to ma. I don't know. I didn't see one no car. Now Emma ye a bino burden. Say, Yakobo Bishia, near whom be a scanner afa. Now at the end of the day, no, yes, I tiaka, a chamo home down no. I
see. I see the name dinner onion, if we hefa, if we are buying shisheye, if we are manone shisheye, Nimi nuna akenshia, and now say a sonoko. A year, Nina na kabum, and na amano, a year, baby abedri. Because I'll share external factors now, a year winner. One, gold price, air cost. That is a factor. In Ghana, you like
exported.
Fish Solutions.
You exported gold. At the same time, you know, share your friend is saying cocoa. Cocoa price so cost.
Okay.
And also boy.
Okay.
Apart from that, you know, you back internal and at the same time, person may downplay. I mean, Donald Trump's tariff war. But Donald Trump tariff war, also you're careful. HSL. You see, globally, you know, if you form part of the global trade network, na say bia Donald Trump say China omo export on be akọ US no so what is why edu baby kra na it becomes an advantage to some of us because at the end of the day no for Ghana because at the end of the China bet try say obe hwe baby fofora obe tumi export yakọ it no becomes an advantage to other countries woman need direct link to you know US no more trade with China till you benya that replaying effect no and also a positive way but apart from that no I was here TS say internally you know yeah baby
okay
internally ni yeah baby so my external factors no yeah baby wa actually say if you are buying now one government do some good will be from the people good will be from the people no just say GDR for war aban we mu MSS and it reflected in the number of votes from the winning election.
Okay.
And no, it may build it up into a sick no. Okay. And at the same time, you know, a buy no buy no what my signal say, may no may better expenditure so. May number of ministers mateso.
Okay.
A idea be a chance say okay fine, me deka. And I me tiho. To see a madam ho so. E chance say duani bia na me di me ensakra no. Ma yeni me no.
Okay.
Number baako na aka no ma save metimi save a metimi de atua meka ne bi ya wo tinche kra wani beje se aban no yesa enti no me fi se enu ni nyina ka ho bi na ama na gold board
Okay.
Gold board or mine biano usika sem enyina so no your gold reserves awo. Your international reserve are improve to 5 months and over.
Okay.
I just say there is more money to meet the demand for the dollar. It is obi or market no per dollar na abibiano sika dollar available.
Okay.
But ekobane say jidie na enkrofo wo o man mu no enya adwuma. Once abibiano amount for savings and they do it in dollars.
Okay.
Because what we say we save $1 and obenya jidie wom. But so amount for obenya jidie wo my aban ni mu a and I say amount mu ni mu a wo musika kra wo save no currency na wo temu.
How different sir ahodin we asidi na nya ne sisi no? How is it different from 2017 NPP bar for frono? Obekai Dr. Baumia famous he say oh mache dollar na to them the kinama IGP. If he say sabre no moto bo moden ema afie no eteba form. Nti I know na man for na make say obi mutimi trend na cho say who dey chat from time I read nomination.
Right.
2008 before call you know at Amels Bar it was the same thing was very good. After drew any mono until the maximum first 3 months we won't say see the nya hoden kama but oko any more next sign it. So how different is this from 2017?
Right. I was here who the policies that are backing maybe seeding appreciation.
Okay.
You cast a gold border and yet a debia was say you better was okay a nimu yana a bessay and no free wa na protection against the currency no so free ho.
Okay.
This is a policy that is well established.
Okay.
A buy corny a buy bani no a beho.
Okay. By the way, I'll make you reference to gold board. No, fetch if we so I can say gold prices in soon him said it. Sometimes a better bafom.
Hold on for me.
How is that one going to support us? Na yenya.
What be sabi? I'm sabi baha. I am first year sustainability.
Yeah.
How I bit me a sustaining no. Now,
well, maybe sustainability differently, but this one said they are gold board, you know. Not feature for no so we're like say mo de mo ho to gold ne nkwan so a entimi mo amo because it just so happens that we are seeing am awodo na am gold price across shop.
Sustainability no. They are worried about how we can sustain the trend.
Okay.
Trend na econo.
Okay.
They appreciate kama about 24 point something percent. Which is a good signal. Yeah, 24.1%.
Yeah. Which
is a good signal. Now the question is at the end of the day emma appreciate you know. You bet me a sustaining na.
Okay.
Now, gold board is sustainable. That is one. Two.
It is sustainable,
yes.
But it's the pricing I'm asking about.
Yes, the price on the international market,
exactly.
The fluctuation of the international market. So, you have to build second layer of reserves.
Okay.
Which is more or less a buffer, emergency buffer. Ama gold price need to buffer more. What to me push it into the economy to meet the demand never hano.
Okay.
And to me know yeah adebia you bet to me aka
okay.
Ama abayano say okay fine. You have enough reserves but create a second layer of reserves. And no be some more or less insurance be at ho.
Okay.
And ama market price no fluctuate here what to me they feed it into it because then you are accumulating more. When that the price to be and then you are accumulating more no you have to create a second layer of buffer to make sure say what to me are reserve gains now making no. Now what to me they are protected that.
Okay.
That is there.
Okay.
Apart from that, locally, right? And so we call line now, but my comment to be on the real sector growth.
Okay.
Locally, I was here making sure say at this time now, I see appreciate it. Government is making gains. Those gains, we have to invest them into key sectors of the economy. I be reduce your import bill. Until say you imported chicken now.
Okay.
Quantums of chicken now you import
Okay.
I would say by the time a friend is saying gold price best start to say a and now within the fiscal year I was here make sure you reduce your import by maybe 80%.
Okay.
We grow there we had say.
Very feasible 80% yet too high.
It may be too high, but gradually we can do it in phases.
Okay.
We import bill a Bruno we imported to do what making sure say a Bruno what to me a grow by 80% in house. It with this say gold friend saying gold price not fluctuate krana because what build the reserves at the same time, what build the second layer of reserves at the same time, no, what to me, create local, you know, I mean, food buffer near the other, no. It helps you to sustain the currency. Okay.
Now, she said, Nite Ochomani said, you better importation, so.
You better importation, so.
Okay.
The time.
Sir, and also, me sure I would say, a bit more and some or more can so. Ghana ni mo. Yempe local ni amenu so be President Dada Akufo-Addo kan say, ye will taste for foreign goods. You see, na obe kan chire ye. Adena those times no one can because mo be kan Nigeria for di omo basmati omo ye okay. Ghana okodwa so hwehwe perfume right. Ye kra jene, ye kra toast, ye kra toothpick. Ye just say bibia ye kra. Enti ebe prekopa dia the way I see the no ahoden no dia mirika efesa no animu ye taste no katrema no so betumi adane na meeting say the be ya saban ehwe se me ye nhehye ya cut down on importation na
asempa no bisa no but mamenche wade.
Okay,
you see nipa yegumu ahoro na in economics you for behavioral economics.
Okay,
nipa taste untumi nsesa no prekopa.
Okay,
but obetumi asesa no gradually. Say ye ka eburo a menye sure say eburo no Ghana for what taste ma foreign eburo. So no, there's nothing like that.
Enu de
so far rice that is okay.
Rice.
But no crowd there are so many ways of going about it.
Okay.
Ubetumi use price discrimination to do that. Ubetumi ama foreign one are expensive pa.
Okay.
Through tariffs near the just to reduce the importation. Now I make sure the local one na so the quality no in terms of the taste, in terms of packaging near the no, and also be meet almost same standard as what the foreign one.
Okay.
I'm say I mean with the price differentials near the no, Ghana foreign will start feeding on the local one.
Now we are sure say this year will second quarter of the year.
Yes.
Yes, she say sika ibe pija. Ana odi onyina baby ugine. These changes are now recommendations. Aban betimi aye na animu ye to match up mapping no
it's a very good question we be sir. Matis amanfo say scan e ba for more by reflective of market here. You can't real sector growth. Enye one day ene dey dua buro na fifi. Enye one day ene dey your friend say a kwan be share from a lorry kwan you best start here track kwan you be wie.
Okay.
And this currency you know the appreciation can precede a bit to me abba and san yet to me nya sad year way.
Okay.
And you know I was here to know but no there are some items be affected no a bit is imported items. Idea you imported there so the dollar na imported.
Okay.
No crown no say nipa no imported last 3 months at the time na dollar no 14 na I'm say or you sue 14 no and already determine the price on the market. It don't mean for soon as I want to so.
Okay.
Until then the inventory now one best no. Now kotofu fraba every China sika obesisa no osisa na net rate no and or the bar what on the price no reflecting the net rate no. That is okay.
Usually omo inventory in so inside that.
Oh, ebesa.
Yeah, but for my almost stock never run out. But they can show their stock runs out.
The price is sticky up there, but then coming down is always a problem.
Okay.
But with time, no.
Economics
yes. Oh yes, yes. But you see, you share the way. We share the rate and not see the net cost from time and 1 to 1. 2007.
Okay.
Yeah, the better 4.
Okay.
Right. How many years? That was about
like
8 years. No, talking about 8 years.
But it was 2007 2016. Okay.
Yes. Right, more than almost 8 years.
Okay.
Now, and you was surprising said the same 8 years, you know, you're moving from 4 to 16, more than double of that. It's not surprising to you.
So and also world external factors that persisted or existed then are different from what existed.
It has always been like that.
Has it always been like that? Would the currently Donald Trump has there been this serious theft, trade theft?
To the Donald Trump crying there no, we infected tariffs near. Just the announcement alone, no, even before the announcement there was a
court and rana court no a release constitutional no.
Yes.
I think that no pay update or say
the
tariff will still be in existence.
I'm driving at something. Just the announcement alone, there was a reaction on the market.
Definitely, yes.
Just the announcement. Yes. Time man now one fast or the rana background at the panic buyer.
Yeah.
It didn't know affected, you know, currencies and other economic indicators within, you know, within the global network.
Okay.
But I was here internally, right? When you have a situation where monies in terms of dollars seem to seep into unproductive sectors. I mean, make unproductive sectors are. Okay. Then I'm fast already am I. Okay. These are things that, I mean, it's a minority.
So the category any example pay pure politicians no sure because now you are not talking as an economist.
I mean,
but this
is a typical basic hands-on economics.
Oh, okay.
Hands-on idea I will to me do so I can is here. I mean, okay. I won't go and mention any abstract thing this is purely, you know, political. We are talking about investment and then getting an output from it.
Okay.
You see, I was here at TSC say a buying spending a input. So would be shame. I say would be a bro, would be a chef from. But what treasure bro no best so.
Okay.
Would a 9 a chef from.
Okay.
But a buy the abandoned buy a bar momo. It be say was okay, be the bro 9 a chef from. Na me kataso, na be and free mama. And for so dear Bena, many frame.
Okay.
Anytime Biana, you best sink dollars into any investment. Your currency near weekend.
I see. Now, those times you can't say fundamentals. Fundamentals, ja Mwadaruma, Yatiti Bia Kama. Minu Kase ya bako na wakama yehu. Say ye import ni export. It's a say you cut it down your import. Ye fundamentals na emasidi no. Ana ebe boama na nya na hoode no. Eno ani import ne pay. Ana ebi ka ho. Na those other legs, you know, and also ye strengthen na if it's a mom yati as say eno ni foundation no. Say no anye ye dia de ye hu eye kwa.
Fantastic. You see, Mamencha wa there. Tourism. Tourism is part of export.
Yeah.
Indirectly, because obi the dollar ba. Akwa say odi kokwa akwabonten. It is the dollar bebrel.
Okay.
So sanity.
Okay.
Okay. Other fundamentals a bit to me abua or mine. So my biano unya ufapim ye, right? Unya ufapim ye. Sabiono, se me to quite crana, I was some share my system or mine, and son of me decided say me to quite I mean maybe and I'm a ba. What did they chance?
Okay.
It is a economy no, good. Now,
sorry.
Wo currency no, to me jina. It is here now.
Sorry, Pacho Mama non sipping so kakra.
Ato esane se eba form no.
Pacho ye share fundamentals na sem if you say baby the fundamentals di nkomo ye say Dr. Bawumia na your reference points because ono baby ye lima you say you be the fundamentals. If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Enti eneno say exchange rate ni ya fundamentals no e strong and
right. So a putoka ceremony a very big contemporaneous. I just say we see ya na what we used to see.
Okay.
By economics mu no I am antesa do do na antesa.
And the economics mu dem kan contemporaneous no.
Ye ka. But ye wo enoma bia bibi besi na ene ya nso no at the same time no nso no ne faso de no so etimi happen the same time na.
Okay.
By bi o hwa e che. And ye ka sidi ya sem ya ye ka say okay fine. Sidi no ati aba form. And then no ye hope say edwadifo no e be start ati omo no ma so. Ye hope say obi a wo car right e move from point A to B no ne lorry first so bete. Now say lorry first so tia put us a very big disposable income.
Okay.
En ko ba ne say waje o salary na bosome ni nyina no o de mu 80% e for car na kwa adwuma. I mean it doesn't make sense.
But it happens.
Well, living standards betimi improve as a result of maybe our exchange rate are appreciating through prices near the no we can say I reflect your prices more now. prices mo no na make it imported items no e betimi a reflect you in the next maybe 6 months and in the next 6 months after inventory omo kofa buy somewhere in January no omo tumi aton free ho no na omo kofa foforo no omo de beba no we'll see price impact differentials in it compared to NA.
Okay.
It so we share exchange rate transmission now. And I will not dispute the fact that if the fundamentals are weak, right, the exchange rate to expose you. It tells you that when you have good economic foundation, exchange rate no be you ama.
Okay.
So
that's what I'm asking. Foundation is it strong? Is it good?
Your foundation is strong because interest rate table from.
Okay.
Gradually. Who inflation so I table from. Maybe say inflation I'm 54.1%.
But then maybe
to the extent
that single digits.
Yes. And you go so kohono.
Okay.
So economic fundamentals they move in cycles. Ebeko na samba, ebeko na samba.
Okay.
But ebi o delay wom ebia ebe check account anaba any ade. It depends on the management.
Okay.
And in share how the better to form. Say bi ono ye 9 inflation maybe a twam right, which we think the 9 was good. Abibia no management decision and in share bind it to obian or try say will come back to the single digit. Do your budget read the crown ade. You see 8% plus or minus what 2.
Okay.
I just say the single digit is the ultimate aim. I don't know or by no eba the target is say you be drew. Now the more I would drift from that target, let's just say mismanage it.
And by all the targets in the bar, who work it towards the target and
that's how it's supposed to be.
Now so be an so on share who ye or mine mono. O de benya fundamentals no. Unye ni ye. Inti ebeye den ya ama wakwa kunya sa o target no.
Yes. Let's just say mismanage no.
Okay.
To mismanage by you cannot meet target.
Okay.
Corporate sector class and
okay.
The amount target went to me MET, it means you are doing something wrong.
Okay. So Africa lens policy for ni say yeah sure yeah by the end of the year sika ibetimi assign apage bi ama nano so I Dr. Vladimir Chidan so fellow aka say niama koso no eye nti na aka say Ghana phobia ni nyi no I was surprised bi muso ani age o say eye nemom bi e wo say ye hwe na ye boost yen export nti se si ayi na say we are not assured say ade na ebeko say yaw.
You see me sure be wa your free be technical analysis.
Okay.
I may share the price of the Ghana cedi to the dollar. Okay. I just say historically, from 2007 all the way to 2025 year you musisiano. Dollar ni behavior no akosen. O share history. I just say from 2007 you move to 16 mentally ya dwene no ya framing is say enya de betumi aba from that.
Okay.
Mentally. And in like economics
okay.
Ya dwene no as ya bopo bi ato trim I said dollar no de enya de
de bia so no.
Esro na eko.
Okay.
Na emomu no e betumi aba say esro na eko hwim to 2017 no ebia na nye economy no gina bia no ebia na ye do 17 no as a result of a no bia na yenye ni ye.
Okay.
Na emomu no as a result of changing government no I will see a final leveler and me the weber to from ye I will say otie I will see a final leveler see the leveler a bit to me I enhance your export.
Okay.
At the same time, be reduce your import. Na to me ama a normal a German no a bono to me aba form. That level no na see no every here.
Okay.
Na and money easy sir. I was say your funnel you was 17. I was say eba form. Your fan is 17 year maximum. Ni peak Atia beto ebia 10 minimum. Na 10 be do wa abana who say okay at this time 10 it's affecting export.
Okay.
Into the banner sana I was say me some make sure sa peja ni mu kakra through policy interventions near the idea. Okay. That's what I'm saying is that government should build a second layer of buffer as a form of insurance.
For good board, you know.
For good board, no. Gains now you make it easier.
What's the ideal level of the city?
That is dynamic and changing. For now, it changes.
But then can be plus or minus and
for now, no. Me target me face it drew her. Now finance minister together with Bank of Ghana no can keep it at that level and now manage it around that level. Everyone said 13.
13.
Yes.
That means that.
But 17 now you got toy no. 17 now you got toy. They are sure say be ko obio.
Okay.
Be ko kra na be check.
Okay.
Yes, we need some time.
10 na 11 year you weighing so enye no actual standing.
It is finding its level now.
Okay.
Gradually.
But ebi maka say mo brofo no sa volatility ne nso na emu adwadifo na fe edi ayam hyehye wa eba no. If you say onim say ne level ni a me mohu me mpre nkoto emegu ho. Say enye ne level a ene ma me nkope wa obeche yen demand and supply anyhow a pushi pricing no ekotro. Nti e basa na fe ma ene ekose e china basa nti de odi ne sika yi adwuma wo man ni mu kran so ontimi nya adwuma ni ye na no so cyclical na asen be affect economy.
You're right. Say ohwe ade bia na e move up and down bia no emfan crash ma because ontumi plan it I mean in the future.
Okay.
Now ohwe fluctuations are your range your man say e bia slack range e bia mfan say what 10 na better 10.2 na bat 10.1 na bat 10.2 bio na sa 10.15 you know in between that range no at least unim say da baby sa and only a friend say you are managing within a certain range and a risk management no fluctuation is not bad when you're able to capture the peak and then what the trough the minimum and you know say e be cost to kwa na enim say quiet 10.2.
Okay.
But from Krana, it is about 9.8.
Okay.
It within that range, you know, Okakra, Buffer Kakra, one, would they meet that way, no? You know, ups and downs near the other, no. And the friend is a whole manage exchange rate. Now, sir, this is the okay is volatility. Volatility that, yeah, cano, at that 17, not Tia Babetot 9.8. I am Shisha Kakra. I am Shisha Kakra. But I think for now, no, the CD is
closing on Tuesday. Bank of Ghana says it was 10 point something.
Right.
Yeah.
Finding a level.
Okay.
With good management, we'll be able to see it hovering around maybe 10 and as with some small margins of fluctuations.
I see. He's not spending. Government is not spending. Yeah. Contractor for ministries, departments, agencies, nyamfa omusika subventions ne nkoye. Nti ase wachi ade na gina to abim. Se osha se odisika. Ye hu se de ye hu.
Good. So yetikam ka na yetimu no ede ye kwa yetimu se speed na ede ye kwa dichimu. Me just ya na ma wede na ba. First na ba obe press brake.
Okay.
To press breaker what's your car no speed and so what to me done steer no the same mechanism and I will apply if you are managing an economy like what we find ourselves in now.
Okay.
And you know say make rather me take you over as finance minister, right? That is exactly what I'm going to do. I will make sure that I break the economy. The basic needs like salaries near there, you know, I mean local currency near there. But my brief is to say you negotiate your car. Ama your interest payment near the adina no so teba form. The demand for foreign, you know, currency to pay external debt. Nina no teba form.
Okay.
If you press a brake on the economy and then get to know the true level of your currency, then you manage it.
Now, who press the brake at the finance minister say okoma yen budget. The time no my in budget, you know. Rate ben na odiye ma yen. Sisi a rate ya droppy enko affecting the budget na why.
And there is an advantage to him.
Samu.
Yes, because who could pay interest. Now o budget with 14%. And then you better pay 10. into crowd there's a gain as can obetumi dia kwhye kwan bi mu wo corner bi
na waye kwan obehia more cedi because won say be a budget no wa calculate wa keka no in dollars
so we spend it in terms of dollars but make a foreign debt service so
no,
put your interest
well outside because next year no be sha say obetua asaka no say see waye ne budget
but July ye betua bi
July I see thank you waye ne budget ye be disike in dollars na dollar no onim se o ma peg no at 16 inti minim se ana na ba be 14 ma peg no at 14 minim se cedi na hoden wo fom enei cedi na enya hoden inti sika dudu a mihia anka me de be $60 no from the cedi side enko affecting the budget there be
a advantage to the finance minister because the Sebio no budget with 16. Everyone is me here $1,000.
Okay.
Right, $1,000. At the point your friend is saying CD no your friend is saying 14 no. I hear me here 1,400. And I'm the top we know. Sorry, 14,000. And I'm the top $1,000 no. Now and you know me here 14,000. Me here maybe 10,000 because they're 10 point something.
Okay.
4,000 that's no. Ebe kwan fa. It between at the for economy.
Okay.
Between this akwaye kwan for kra ne ade. So see the appreciation there emphasis there.
Yen two cocoa board in free budget. CCI cocoa yi or your budget no. Onim say o dollar no age na 14. Nti se meto cocoa ton be to say 49,000 Ghana cedis. That 49,000 Ghana cedis could let's say 3,200 thereabout. Now, that 49,000 no sabe double.
So I know your export effect now okay. So cocoa board the your friends cocoa no be ko. Na sika was ye nya no dodo sa.
Enti se go be affect your budget we twa se me
but I was say what you say in as much as cocoa price no sub you export you benya less no because of I mean the appreciation of currency
of the cedi no.
I was also say the same way no so we export no so our year no so no sorry we import now our year no so we benya less of the dollar so the net effect no and I was say fine o balance your friend is saying the cocoa board everyone as an entity omo input no omo de adwuma no emu ahe na import say jute sack no omo import ya yen net no with your friend is saying we mo export no
most of them effect import no say jute sack say yeah
but I don't think it's omo faso de omo nya no in terms of dollars no a ben net of sa your friend is saying import no
say eni nyina be kwa akotua
otherwise they will be out of business.
Omutimi running at a loss now.
Yeah, they can, but those ones are gross mismanagement.
Okay, into way the area to the advantage of
whichever way you look at it, no, who can we import and then will export, but my afraid be net export.
Okay,
I would say a positive.
Okay,
a year positive currency, you know, whether a buffer more than you. Anyhow,
we will can it say a better positive say export any import
export no be bro import
yes a balance be bro so but your system your team say you won hihye ya you betumi a che say oh you want more exports than
oh yes
imports.
The data is there. As of last year we exported more than we imported.
Okay,
2 years before.
Okay,
there are some few deficit a negative, all right, but most of the time no we export. That is why
it's on data
policy
say export exceed import
almost a balance. Historically it has always been a balance. There are some years a cost import no be cost exports no. There are some years why you export no cost import no. But I was here making sure you're making it permanent. Say be ya abibia no you be exporting more than we import.
Okay, yes. So back to debt servicing now you be no. So you shall say service in debt now. You be here foreign currency, be here dollars now. Enko affect cedi na holding. Well,
that is why I'm saying is for now no, the gains we are making in terms of dollar reserves no, I will see a creative buffer. Now, say do timer. Yes, service your debt now. Any shock be a bebano. It be a time I already say a best service external debt. No, sometimes now it be a good prices what you have from our market.
Okay.
It be affected.
Okay.
But so enough buffer, you can use it to feed in the demand.
Okay.
Yes.
amanfo ebi mu kosa na omu bisa me say ya bisa man say de ekofo say no enko affect yen adwadifo ne nso.
Well, it depends on adwadini no ade a wo ye. Say adwadini no wo normal wo to ni nyina wo Ghana ha oni problem. But
onya kan ye adwadifo na won say on a okokraba
Okokraba say eno no say you need lesser cedi to buy the dollar.
To buy more dollars.
It okra no for now no advantage. Say time okoto your friend is saying dollar no oko import no. That's the price no to dollar no 14 and then about 10. To udwadini no we here maybe $1,000 now so the import here. We here in terms of cedi equivalent no 14,000. We here 14,000 bio.
Yeah.
And this a what time no man a bit di Ghana sikemu a. That is was say over less than the 14,000. Ti ano so kakra be di unchai.
But kai say ya cancer dey na enye ne level ni. Cause so can say we hwe say beba be 13, right?
Yeah, on the average.
Oh, hwe say beba be 13.
That is if we kick in all the activities. So you start to say you tua your car, ye way, bibia ye bia no, ye kabom pepepe.
Abansha say o this car.
Oh, this car, you go so abai go so this car. No, tua salary.
Just ask you, apart from salaries, no, subventions ni ade nkoye. Contractors on tua omo.
Abai this car. It's a matter of time. With time, within the year, definitely abai wa budget wa say na me person me spend. I'm a parliament approved by appropriation. They would says carrying abai to me generate here. I mean, just about because I don't spend this escano. It's budgeted.
But Prof, so when say one so basic accounts, say more money in circulation, means that more money chasing fewer goods.
Yes.
At least basic economics, and Mr. said don't coach me. And that means inflation ebe cultural. And inflation
we have to be careful when we are talking about inflation.
Okay.
Because me know towards this year, your bottom is empty. Many sure when you 1,000 Ghana be no because of that so we 1 cedi Alberton 2 cedi. I don't think so.
Okay.
There are several okay, but I mean can we say economy we are underutilizing it in terms of capacity.
Okay.
A lot of people are working idle. Very few people are working and no beyond or sufficient say menyeska krantino me de kotadia nebo sokra me no, it's not like that in our economy. It was very careful on that score. But no, so share a do baby a buy no best start to spend even the second half of the year buy no actively servicing debt any other adinina no you benya we kakra. And I believe say at that time that is when I will start seeing a bit of
says can be pijani mu kakra
dollar
be pijani mu ama cedi na ba form enye bebre say no na won say wo hu no wo he.
I'm looking at 13 there about because Barclays report they peg it around between 13 and 14.
Ebe jina 13 is ade akopim December na say bedu December na apeke biem.
Maybe kura na 13 na enye this year.
Enye this year.
Yes.
But Fish Solutions for no baby I know mo ka say enye careful no ka say omo anticipate say ento enu December no na hit 15.50.
David. You see, if government is able to kick in the real sector, especially agric, to ensure say at least you're reducing your import bill to certain level, I think say it should be able to contain the city.
Okay.
Yes. Should be able to
contain.
Economy no aban no hye ya o de beto say 24-hour economy no money ade nyina no bemu na to me take advantage of it. What is happening now with the reserves that we are building any ade nyina no they push that into agriculture and manufacturing be able to support the economy now. I don't think the city will get to 15.
Would you say one district one factory say one district be this aspect of industrialization or SSR buying to me pursue?
Oh yeah, I mean subtly. You see, it may be political suicidal to name it one district, one factory because it's like you've borrowed somebody's policy. But subtly, and she said, yeah, Debbie. Or the deal from a man.
Okay.
That is what I'm looking at. Yes. On can say, okay, fine, maybe 1D, 1F. But maybe you'll make sure that with the support of the current decentralization that is going on, how more prepare documents near the other, which falls under the local government services. They will make sure that every district will be able to stand by itself. What did they mention? It says district be an also who strength.
Nice, who no.
Oh, me who they will buy.
And that should be our best yes. Head of local government.
Oh, yes. They remember the
local government service.
And so district to be done in Naswa. Also to me, identify with strength. Resources be a waho. I'll be to me attract investors.
Okay.
Not be to me, I make sure say, Oma produce at that level, a servicing locality in any idea. And the idea when you know to make a cane, it should be able to support the currency.
No, that form. The interview was as I know.
Oh, you see, enough from one this.
We used to hear and see those factories. Obia kromu be hu ba kubi ubete ba kubi. It may not be the same, but
they know money at the matches factory.
Matches factory, glass factory, shoe factory. Me cry de sunya de na me kai badek. Badek na pano na no omoto. But omoto pano akese na badek no cry hu baby.
But also otia say economies no goes through cycles.
But still we need those factories and industries.
America at a point in time became a consuming economy. And Donald Trump buy a one say no. I was going to make sure that I'm restricting import be and I'm reducing import be and I'm a scale of import. Into the tariffs na bano. Say be ya obet me grow locally.
But at least
to build a factory and one fiscal year it is to force you ready budget. Now by 2020 December it's not like that. It's a conscious policy. Pick it face by face.
Okay.
There are some districts they may not need factory. A bit more crabby feeding into other districts.
Okay.
What did they mention?
Okay.
And a one day job. That is why I make us with the currency depreciating they have to make sure say policies now by policy no ayejuma. This is our National Development Planning Commission.
Make sure like that.
No, and yes, someone make sure ideally, no.
I like that adjective.
Ideally, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. See our National Planning Commission. National Planning Commission is supposed to own most of the document I develop for national development.
Okay.
They will make sure that government goes, government comes. They implement what is on paper. But we can only assess you as a government. So why you are there now? Why you are there? No, based on maybe Juma we physical 8 years Juma. What they buy 2 years I went to me and squeeze car from here they are Juma. It means you are good government.
Okay. I see. Young remittance for no more a brochure for new Ghana for the path. Mude see the neighbor for Mutsona Mumose. Now, young Bram be a mose, ye the bar and a mobile was a Moses Munya Dodo. Yen say remittance for in some of your mobile and Siena, ye can't so boy economy in a way.
Yeah, a boy economy. No, you see, empire may buy and share. Currency appreciation will reflect in prices. It will remit bar. Say, Osi and toss cement in fancy would die my wa. Ebia cement in Yenu Nanka Titino, Nanka will 14, CDs per the dollar no bet me at price a tibba for my bit me at Tommy and San. Instead of me, you don't know. Surprise.
Walk of fast.
Surprise it to me tibba for my.
As I was preparing, no, Obi catch me say, yeah, but I said cement price, no, and my form na a cost still. Inti omude bebrebe nyina no omude no sora na eko
was say business cement production no normal dey no emu ahina ye import wo eba
profend on beka na kinka ye kokra na say dollar na bi no mo sesa dey akokra
wo crack kinka no wo cry ye because ono will produce it and to produce no say o hold the clinker ni go ho
okay
it so we import be ye friend say January where you make sure say we import clinker na after be 6 months
okay.
The oil use is here na $14, dollars, 14 Ghana cedis per dollar rate we no use.
Want
to me that be example na me dem wo.
Prof, example na me dem moving goods.
Yes,
cement
some
in
are
this economy
goods.
of ours is one of the moving goods.
But the American say, say input no. Me more example, we import it, you know. You have to keep inventory to make sure that there is always a supply on the market.
Okay.
And to inventory now we keep at the dollar rate of 14 cedis per dollar. No. When you also produce any money more, you may want to price it at that 10 Ghana cedis, per the dollar.
10 years can but about 80 something and 100 and something.
So with time, I mean, with all time, these things will be reflected. Yeah.
Too bad, dear Breno and some prof and pay better as say, Osan baby. Na yehwe se ya ka se export ni be hia more.
Yes.
Na waka se
abribia no. Na nkoye se ye export import da bia no mo ye say. Omo cross it. But I was say abribia no export ni da import no so.
Okay. Yes. Nti enu no so na waka se local government services for bebem
because of decentralization they no I was say yeah make sure you build the capacity no money to support all these things.
Nti se wa be chire di aban enye na wanya ba bi ti wa aban ne fem wo beba bi we say nyema na wa create no way.
Yes, okay. Good.
But the quick one will be say Katie Amonche bibi say trade restrictions ni bibi import bill no. Shouldn't we go back to that?
Well, you can only go back to that. Now, who will be who produce who are mining.
Okay.
What
if say bill no? You better revise any amount quota form into you produce.
That is fine. You bet me I in faces.
You produce and him said they producing enough. But instead you bet you too no. Okay.
No problem.
Rice, yeah, produce.
They are 20%.
20%.
The next 10 years, the next 4 years, they are 50%. Engineer restricted importation of 50%. But you see, a bill is a law, and law no a parliament
law
pass
in progress.
Yes, law in progress, and say parliament pass here, emra, and change it. But that was and the abbreviation you bet me activate. It shouldn't be a problem. We can go back to that.
Thank you, Prof. That should be a best Prof. Lord Mensa, economic, any financial lecturer, economics and
financial economist.
Financial economist, because me am kind of brofone nyamide. Financial economist or University of Ghana Business School, and assistant is head of local government service, and Sidina Wodena, Enyano. Ebi bose ebi yamhyehyɛ omo ebi nti ase ani ade no yedi eho enkomo eni se ebi nso ebe no quite sure se baby a etikoyi esese ekoso akosa ana prof de o say in all fairness no o hwehwe se emra megina be 13 enu na chese a finding a level nti se ne 13 12 9 12 something 13
they managing around the 30
eho no mo a nti 10 na yewo mu sisi ayi no but prof ugidi se besia pija nti he made the whole simple mami because maybe no sisi o we there and you be break 8 na just what about 8 and maybe so yes 8 or below 8 this economy go crash on us ye dey yenim dey ye da say dwomu ye ni akodi ye dwa now so there is more to it nti ye course na na yo ha ye be this akomoni enim say egedifo ni aban ni omanfo mo amudi sika ma ne nso monya akomato ye mu ana mwatini ama ni bia se ntumi nye nyina nti keje bi bibia ba ekira ye prof ye ogsu die ye be san akọ prof ehobie ye da ye ho akọ aba ye koba pa part 2 no ye ne kane enyanso utum MP ebedi nkomo ediafa Dr. Brian Champon abitifi MP any press releaser odiba abonten na wochi emu madaroma ye basisia